Hello, everyone. Welcome to the last episode of Tour of Italy 2, brought to you by Film Seizure. I am Jason Oliver, and I am joined by Jeff and Chuck. Hello. Say hello.
Hello,
gentlemen.
hello.
I have a lot of poop in my pants.
Guys, we really stepped in the spaghetti on this one.
We were on top of Old Meatball.
I'm covered in cheese.
Yes. Today's episode, the final of Tour of Italy 2,
Is about as Italian as you can get.
It really is. This is, if there were a mold, this would be the mold, but then broken for Italian schlock. It is Raiders of Atlantis.
Woo!
Also known as the Atlantis Interceptors.
Interceptors!
We are the Interceptors!
We've come to kill you. We intercept and kill.
But why?
Well, I don't know. Let's first talk about who's in this movie, though. Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. You guys are
Oh,
taking
man.
the lead.
Jeff is not
I'm
having
broken.
it.
I'm
Jeff's
broken.
not having it.
No, I mean, okay. Well, I'm gonna say this. I've seen this movie a few times before. Different parts of this movie at different times.
I feel like that makes you uniquely qualified then.
Yeah.
Fuck off. But see, here's the thing, though. Here's what happened. This movie is incomprehensible.
But it makes total sense.
No.
It makes no sense.
Oh, it makes totally no sense.
But totally, it makes no sense. Yes. All right, let's talk about the cast. I like that idea. There's a lot of Italian giallo staples in this movie, at least two.
Two of my heroes.
Two of Chuck's heroes. I love both these men as well. You have the incomparable George Hilton, who has been in every fucking thing from Spaghetti Western. Polischettis to Spaghetti Westerns to giallos. Yeah.
Spaghetti.
If it was schlock Italian, he was in it. And then you have Ivan Razumov, who made his career playing mostly villains in Italian Westerns and giallos for sure. And then a bunch of people I don't know.
Yeah, but their roles in this movie are so anti everything I know them for.
Yeah.
Or Razumov is, I guess, a little closer to his typical.
He's more brash, but he's not menacing.
Right.
He's usually menacing. He's got those piercing eyes.
Yeah, it's always that giallo close up of
Right.
eyes. 1,000%.
Totally agree, Chuck. And then you have George Hilton, who is usually like the hero, the brash hero. He's the man, you know.
Yep.
And in this, he plays like a total nerd.
Yeah,
which is really fun.
Yep.
So those two things that this movie definitely has going for it. It also has a lot of bonkers insanity going for it, but a lot of just not things that make sense.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I'm Jeffing this one because that's a very Jeff yeah.
We're just gonna have to, I think, take this piece by piece and try to pull together an episode. We're gonna lay out a whole table of garlic bread and antipasto.
It's kind of like if this is our meal, it's like, oh, okay, so I see a turkey there, and that's going to be like our post-apocalyptic guys, our pre-apocalyptic guys. But then there's also going to be like, oh, okay, well, that's cool, but the turkey is also stuffed with like Jell-O and like Coca-Cola.
That's the thing.
Like,
that's okay.
But it doesn't make any sense that's all in there.
It's okay to cook with the Coca-Cola.
It's okay. It is okay to cook with the Coca-Cola. It's like a nice barbecue glaze.
Yeah.
He's gone Italian.
Yeah. Hey, what's the matter?
It's a nice barbecue glaze. Man.
I had a point and then I lost it. That's going to happen a lot.
That
in
is this movie.
Okay, so this movie is a giant table of food served family style. But none of the meals go to none of
the food goes together.
Yeah.
Right. It's
peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and
gravy.
And
gravy.
And by gravy I mean red sauce.
Yes.
Right. Well, no, this is totally everybody got together and said, let's do a chip in. and everybody bring a dish.
Yeah.
And everybody brought it. You know what this
Everybody
is?
bought crazy.
This is the Thanksgiving dinner that Charlie Brown made for his friends. It's popcorn and toast. And
But it has a lot of heart.
well,
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
So that's the other thing that's weird about this movie usually a movie like this would be obviously knocking off other more popular movies.
well, what's it knocking off?
Right.
Jason?
And what is it knocking
Mad
off?
Max?
And Mad Max probably is the
Road
closest.
Warrior is the
and
closest
Road
thing.
Warrior is the closest thing it's knocking off, but really only in a small side dish.
This movie is a trailblazer, gentlemen. It is a fine piece of cinema that introduces us to wild punks on motorcycles with glass masks.
Glass
and,
skull masks.
and Miami as Atlantis, which we never thought.
But is also Atlantis?
Giola Scola.
Giola
Is that really?
Scola.
Is that how you pronounce your name? Because that's how I'm going to
Gioria.
pronounce it.
Giola Scola?
Giola
No,
Scola.
that's not how you pronounce
Well,
that.
that's how I'm going to.
Well, that's not even how it's spelled.
It's spelled Gioia.
Gioria.
Gioria.
Yeah, there you go.
Gioria
There-
Scola.
Gioria.
Gioia.
That's what I just did.
Gioria.
What is that?
Gloria.
The song Gloria.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Wow.
gotcha.
That's a little unimpressive.
That
I didn't
is
get that far.
shocking. Well, his brain's melted.
And my
by
brain
this
is
movie.
melted.
His brain is a pasta fagioli.
Yeah.
Well,
This is a pasta.
you for some
fuckiori.
reason put me in charge of this.
Well, because you picked it.
Okay,
This is
Raiders
your
of
pick.
Atlantis. Ruggiero Diodato. What?
Ruggiero Diodato.
Yeah. he's one of the
Well, he did Cannibal Holocaust, which
Yeah.
is either, in some people's opinion, one of the most interesting horror movies ever made, or one of the most unwatchable movies
disgusting.
ever made.
Yeah.
I happen to be in the first camp. It's also got one of the best scores of any movie in the horror genre I've ever watched.
I did not know you felt that way about it.
Yeah. Well, not this movie. I'm talking about
I know.
Cannibal Holocaust. Okay.
Cannibal Holocaust. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure though he did kill somebody on this set.
in this movie.
Yes.
Not in
Not in the
Cannibal.
one. No, he was tried for murder in the other one.
Yeah, but they didn't have a body, which is the dumbest thing ever.
Well, Italy.
Yeah,
Come on.
I know, but
They do
surely you killed someone. We're gonna try
You've
you
watched
for
their
murder.
movies.
I know, but,
So
but you
expect their
killed
justice
that
system to work?
person, but we don't know who that person is.
Was he wearing
But
black gloves?
You probably killed
when he
him.
did it.
No.
Okay.
He was probably dressed like in those goofy golf pants that they always show directors wearing in old timey movies.
Probably. I don't know.
Oh, fuck, guys. How are we going to talk about this movie, though?
Well,
I guess we start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
well, it does have a bitchin' beginning. The disco Black Inferno tune by the
Oliver
Infernos.
Onions.
Well, it's the song
No,
is
Oliver
actually by
Onions
someone
wrote it.
else.
Oliver Onions wrote it.
It's performed by the Inferno something. But
performed
yeah,
by the
Oliver Onions
Infernos,
probably
yeah.
wrote it.
Oliver Onions.
Falling,
Onions.
falling, Black Inferno, rolling, rolling, Black Inferno. Everyone's waiting for me to continue, and I don't want to.
Then we meet Black Inferno.
Yeah, we do. It's like, what's going on? Nothing. And then boom,
Yeah.
movie starts.
Right. And so we have our lead characters, Mike and Black Inferno.
Muhammad / Washington.
Yeah.
Washington. Yeah, he's recently converted to Islam. Nobody will call him by his new name, even his best friend.
Who always calls him Warsh.
Warsh. You'll always be Warsh to me.
Yeah.
So they're going in to kidnap a guy.
They're
Yeah,
doing an extraction.
They're
Yeah.
like a
Badass team.
SEAL team.
They're like a hitman or something. Yeah.
I don't think they're hitmen. I don't get the
I don't think they're
idea
good
that
guys.
but I don't feel like they're bad guys either. I
But
feel
they're-
like they do things for money for sure.
They're mercenaries of some
Yeah.
sort, and they're working for some guy who's black and shadowy, who they don't know his name. I mean, this is not like up and up work.
No, definitely not. He pays him $50,000 to take a dude out of his own
to
house.
kidnap this old man from his house, from his villa with Greek columns on the ocean.
It's one of those morally ambiguous things because that guy
it feels like some mafia shit.
But that guy was not a good guy either. He has a bunch of goons with guns around his house.
Right, neither of these guys are good guys. None of these people are good guys. Yeah. But Warsh and Muhammad.
No. Mike.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Warsh is Muhammad. Can we talk about the original version that we started watching? Where it sounded as though Tony Wash was doing his commentary, but it was also like not all there.
Yeah, it was very quiet.
I bought this movie streaming on Amazon Prime, and we watch it and it's like, oh, this guy's really loving his job. He's laughing, but he's talking constantly.
It's all ADR.
And it's all like real low. It's like it's lower than the real soundtrack.
And it's clearly Tony King.
Or Tony King.
Yeah,
Tony
his name's Tony King.
Yeah, sorry. I said Tony Wash.
He's also goes by Malik Farrakhan.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill. Go Bills.
And he played for the Buffalo Bills for one season in 1967.
Go Bills.
He's probably friends with O.J. Simpson.
Bills Mafia.
But anyway, at one point we hear him say, well, they thought we were good actors. And Jason and I were both like, what?
And I was sitting there laughing my balls off because it sounded like he was saying that
to the guys
that they were delivering the body
right,
to.
It did. Yeah. It totally did. Yeah.
And because it's all just kind of off in the distance, you know? And
it feels like ADR'd in. It was like, wow.
Bad Italian ADR. That's what it felt like.
Because we've seen some Italian movies, by the way, guys. You know that?
We have.
We have.
Quite a few.
We've gone on a few tours.
Tour of duty. But then so it's kind of like one of those things where it's like,
well, the light bulb went off for Chuck. He was like, guys, I think we're hearing part of the audio commentary.
And I'm kind of like, I don't care.
No. Yeah, Jeff was kind of like, well, we're watching it.
Yeah, let's keep doing it. And we're like, nope.
Jeff and Chuck and I were like, well, it's going to be hard enough as it is to follow this movie. Maybe we should put in the Blu-ray.
It might have helped, actually.
It might have.
It might have helped.
Maybe.
But I had just so happened to bring the Blu-ray, so we popped it in. And
we got to hear the rock and do the song again, Chuck.
Oh, God. Falling, black inferno, rolling, black in yesterday.
Yeah, he turned into Mick Jagger there for a second.
A little bit.
So anyway,
at Oliver Onions.
Oliver Onions, that guy. So it's like, okay, fine. We're gonna start this over. I missed everything about this movie because now I don't have that commentary to help me out.
Yeah, all that context is gone.
So I checked out.
So anyway, Wash and Mike deliver this body to this mysterious guy who's probably going to be in all the sequels that never happened. Right? He was going to be in all the sequels.
There was whatever sequels there was going to be for this movie. It wasn't going to have anything to do with this shit.
Probably not. But that guy would have been. I don't know. Anyway, Mike was like,
"Hey, introduce this like interesting." Shadowy type character who never appears again.
Right. Yeah. And Mike also knows where he lives. So he obviously kind of knows his identity, even though the guy doesn't.
And it sets up like this sort of like chess match.
It's intriguing.
Yeah. That never pays off.
This is when the intrigue ends.
The moment it began.
Yeah. It's like, that's over.
Yeah.
But Mike is like, hey, we're going to get on a boat. We're going to,
we're going to Trinidad, right? Yeah. We're going to drink beers in Trinidad.
By the way,
Mohammed doesn't drink beer anymore.
No, he's going clean.
He's going clean because he's Muslim now.
That's right.
I might add that the movie opens in Miami, Florida.
1983?
94.
1994. It was made in 83.
It was made in 83.
Sorry. Did it say 94?
Yeah. I want to say that
this it said 83.
No, it said 1994.
It said both.
Sure
it said the film was copyrighted in 83.
Oh
is where
my
the
Christ, that's confusing.
Because they came up one after the other.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
No, I want to say that this is the same world in 1994 that the Apple took place in.
Yes.
It would explain a lot.
Yes. Yes, it
especially the music.
Do you want to say that, or are you going to say that?
I said it.
Okay.
It's on record now.
It's on
Jeff
record.
said he might say something and he want to say something, and he said both.
And I did it.
His brain is broken.
I might, I wanted, and I did it.
Yeah, that was a good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Well, they're on their boat.
Yeah, they're on a boat.
And a
Adam
helicopter starts
Sandler's
circling them. And Adam Sandler, they're like buddy Adam Sandler, played
Young Adam Sandler.
what's his name?
Miguel?
Miguel or
Miguel.
Juan or something.
It was Miguel.
He, but
It was.
I know. Miguel or Juan or
Sanchez. I don't know.
yeah, whoever. Carlos.
Some foreign name.
But he was like an Adam Sandler.
He was.
we had that tight curly hair.
Yeah.
Like Adam Sandler did when he was a kid.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the helicopter appears out of nowhere. It just starts circling them.
And they're
And circling them. And circling them. And it's like, it's got to be that asshole Bill Cook. Who else would do that?
Yeah.
Who else?
It is Bill Cook.
It is Bill
is
Cook.
Bill Cook.
Yeah.
Isaac Razumov, baby.
Yeah. So you see this helicopter just buzz them a bunch of times, and he used the same shot over and
Oh
over
my
again.
God, so many times. And then guess what we see? The entirety of that helicopter.
Yeah. So then the helicopter lands on an oil rig out in the ocean, and that's. Yeah,
That's 45 minutes.
they want to
of this
make sure
movie.
you
They
get
got-
their money's worth on this shot.
That's a money
We
shot.
rented this fucking helicopter.
Yeah, you're gonna see it fucking land.
Yeah.
We're gonna see it land multiple times.
You
in
like
this
you
movie.
like helicopters landing? You will like this movie.
But you got nerdy George Hilton, who is so against type
Oh God.
as a professor, is on this island, and he's
rig.
on this rig. Thank you. He's discovered a tablet that is from, Jeff says, the dollar store.
It looks like a foam Halloween decoration.
Yeah.
like those headstones you buy.
Yeah.
It looks like that. Yeah,
So it's got a
But
skull
smaller,
on it.
Yeah,
But it's a goofy cartoon skull. There's some goofy cartoons in this later.
yes.
So I don't know if the professor, whoever owns this rig, is like, well, go kidnap this doctor from
Well,
Mazatlan.
take it up with the U.S. Navy. Yeah,
Take it up with the U.S. Navy.
they've kidnapped this lady who's apparently some kind of expert
In Atlantis.
in Atlantis and like symbology and shit like that.
She's very sciencey.
and she's 22 years old.
She is every bit a PhD doctor that Nicole Kidman was in Days of Thunder.
Doogie Howser.
Early 20s.
Yeah.
PhD. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doogie Scola. So she is pissed that she's been kidnapped, and George Hilton tells her to take it up with the Navy Department,
The Navy Department.
who never really shows up again in this movie. The Navy, are the Navy even on this ship? I don't know.
Well, the whole
They're using
brunt-
radar and submarines, so
well,
maybe.
the whole brunt force of the U.S. military should be here at some point. The moment that the shit goes down,
Right. All they've got is one sub that they lose.
it's Russian.
Russian
It's a
sub.
Russian.
Oh, it's a
sub.
Russian sub. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is
So
weird.
no, the army doesn't exist in this world.
So
I mean, I
nothing-
guess based, but still, it's not great.
But they've got this submarine that is about to emerge at any moment like a beach ball.
Yep.
That has been to the surface of the ocean floor. Is that right?
No, on the bottom
shelf of the
yeah, okay.
of the ocean floor,
Yeah.
and they think it has been bringing back these artifacts, right?
I guess. Yeah,
I think.
Sure.
sure.
And they're like, she's like, I think you've discovered Atlantis, and they're like, we know.
I do.
It's amazing. We found Atlantis. It's lost. Now it's found. So.
It was lost. Now it's found.
But what happens is apparently whatever happens is Atlantis starts to surface. And this is where it gets really confusing. Like
That's one word for it.
It's already a bit convoluted, but now it gets really confusing because you see all these shots of the ocean going crazy in
In a bathtub.
a bathtub.
Waves and the sky gets dark.
The sky and the waves start to take over the yacht that Mike and Warsh are on.
Is that really a yacht? I think it was just a boat.
It's
It's
kind
like
of
it's kind of like
baby
a fishing
yacht.
boat.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
They were going to Trinidad in it.
Yeah, whatever. It's a Trinidad boat. It's a Trinidad going boat.
Yep.
And
It's a Trinibago.
and it's not quite clear what's happening. Like it seems like something is rising out of the ocean,
Yeah.
And then you also see,
But it's almost like something is landing too.
yeah, and then you also see the boat sailing into a dome. Like that happens. There's like a dome that's open.
Yeah,
That
that dome comes up.
That
that
they're
literally
sailing, that
happened,
it looks like
guys.
they're sailing into, but maybe it's just rising up out of the
But
ocean.
then
I don't know.
all of a sudden everything's calm.
Right, everything's calm, and then Warsh and Mike are on their boat, and they see a raft full of people, and it's
Oh yeah, because the rig got wrecked.
and it's the Dr. Kathy, who that Gloria Scola or whatever the fuck.
Golira.
Her and George Hilton,
Cook. Yeah.
Cook,
His name's
yes,
Cook.
and Isaac Razumov, yeah, that's Bill Cook, and
Male
You
pattern
son of a
baldness.
bitch is what that happens. in this
James
movie.
and male pattern baldness guy.
yes, they're all on this raft and they get rescued, and
Michele Suave
yes,
is on this boat
James.
too.
That's James.
James.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
right. So
We just talked about him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yep, with stage fright.
you
Yes.
also at the same time you see this kind of yuppie couple in this Miami neighborhood get attacked by marauders who are dressed like punks and on bikes and
Like it's a
spiked out
fucking Mad
50s
Max
car
movie.
and shit. Yeah, it's like what's happening there? So what's happening?
So these bikers shoot Mary in the neck and kill her. She bleeds to death.
Mary.
And then they kill her husband, who I think I've seen in other movies, but I didn't have time to look it up. And they're just like, they're the Raiders of Atlantis.
Right.
That's what they are.
Yeah,
basically.
we got
The
our title.
The Raiders,
They're the
Interceptors.
Atlantis Interceptors.
Yeah.
Well, these guys, yeah, because they are the interceptors.
But here's where it gets weird. Like, I don't understand. I think I understand now, but I didn't understand watching the movie. Is this Atlantis? Like,
No.
where did the... no, it's not.
It's
But where
Miami.
the fuck did they show up from? How did they get onto the land?
They're magical.
They are magical.
Yeah.
With their,
They
with
also-
their bikes
And
and
their
their cars
and the shit
their
that they shouldn't
bows
have.
and arrows
Yeah.
and their fucking guns.
Why do they have these things?
I think these people were regular old people who the emergence of Atlantis called back their old nature, because they were the people that were left off Atlantis when it disappeared. And I think they wanted to storm and take Atlantis
But where have they been
back.
chilling?
Just in plain sight.
Well, one
in
guy,
Miami? Yeah.
one guy.
I kind of like this idea.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Might work.
Well, no, this might be the
It
case
makes more
because
sense than anything else.
because the guy opened up a safe. The guy opened up a safe in his wall
And got the
pulled out
mask
the
out.
mask out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, must put this on.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I
they've
think
been
they
just
were like
laying
sleepers.
in wait.
Well,
Sleeper
it's-
agents are laying in wait.
Well, because we find out later that there's a guy that's part of the group. That's,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and
So it's kind of a cult.
Yeah.
well, I think it's genetic.
Okay. So they've been awoken.
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's a genetic thing.
We just pieced all this together.
We did.
We
This
solved
makes so
the
much
movie.
more sense.
Yeah.
Give us a
fist pump.
This
give us
movie
a
is-
fucking Nobel Prize for this shit. We figured it out.
Yeah.
Science.
All right.
Yeah.
So the ancient Atlantans who live in Miami have been awoken.
They happen to all be punk rockers.
They do. Yeah.
Or that's part of their
They really
awakening.
like the Clash. And
And Sex Pistols.
and Sex Pistols for sure.
They all wrestled with should I stay or should I go?
Yeah.
Yep.
For-
And they
they're-
decided to go.
yeah.
And now they're back.
They decided to go fuck up Miami.
Yeah.
Right.
But only
with-
this one suburb.
Yeah.
And no cops or army or anything
No.
can take out these 24 guys.
No.
No.
With a few 24 guys and a few hot
they
babes.
declare themselves the Atlantis Interceptors, except you only hear that from one random dude.
And it's not the
And it's not the Interceptors that tells you that. Yeah. But he said that's what they call themselves. I didn't hear him call themselves that guy.
They don't talk much.
No.
They just kill and
Except
marauder.
for that one guy who's like,
Marauder?
who kind of gives it to you. He says, you don't deserve this. We're here to take back what's ours. You're not supposed to be here. We're going to kill you all.
Except for one of you.
Except for one of you.
And-
Correct.
yes, and Razumov's like, he's talking about me.
We hit it off.
immediately.
right away.
Which is such
That's the
an
best line of the
offhanded
movie.
line, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
What's the second best line in the movie?
The second best line in the movie is the shit.
We'll get to it. It's much
It's later, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. I'll remember by then.
It's when George Hilton said, "I was a."
Oh yes.
I was a jumper, or what is
I ran hurdles in high school. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
and then he said the starters always had blanks in their guns. Is also
Right, which
really
also implies that the starters would shoot at the runners.
well they shoot.
Well, no, not up though.
Yeah,
Because how did he know they're blanks unless they were getting shot at?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah, shit's tough in Italy.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So let's get it back on track here.
Can we?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now that we've
Semblance.
solved the mystery of the
I don't know if
Raiders,
we
I
can.
We
think-
did actually solve it. So it's honestly, we're already a success.
Yeah.
We could end the podcast episode right now. We've done it.
All right.
But it gets so much weirder.
It does get weird.
Maybe.
There are shit in the third act that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So okay,
We're
so
gonna
these-
crack it.
Okay, we're gonna crack that shit. He's gonna crack some shit off right now. So this is one of those things that happens sometimes in these Italian movies
Yeah, I know where you're going here. I like this.
because this is like Zombie 3.
Yep.
Zombie 3 is a movie that starts in a hospital and a guy or like a lab or something, and they accidentally create a zombie, and then 2 hours later, the whole place looks like it's been hit with like a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
And that civilization has collapsed for years.
Yeah,
It's like everything's overgrown.
It's the postman all of a sudden.
It's the postman. Yeah. And so that's what happens when they make their way back to land. When I say they are
Our team
intrepid heroes.
Our team of heroes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Led by Mike
Mike and Warsh.
Warsh.
And so they get back, and it's like the place is like fucking desolate.
Yeah.
And they're finding bodies strung up. One guy is strung up in the lobby of a hotel, which I'm pretty sure was used in Zombie 3.
That's a pretty creepy scene.
It is, because there's a jukebox in there, and it's playing this really creepy sounding song, but it keeps skipping at the same line, which I would love to know what that song is actually saying,
Me
because
too.
that might actually even be creepier.
Yeah.
They just didn't decide to translate it.
I like when you were like, oh yeah, that's a sure American hit.
Oh, it's 100% an American hit. It's like a fucking Italian nursery rhyme. So, but it keeps skipping because the guy who's swinging dead inside the lobby is hitting it with his legs,
Yeah.
that's good.
With his head, actually, he's upside down, isn't he?
No, it's
No,
his
it's his
feet.
foot.
Is it his feet?
That's
Yeah,
his-
because he has a sheep over his head and you can
Oh,
see the
yes,
blood
you're right,
on his
you're right.
face, basically.
Yeah, it makes like a little clown face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the bag over his head. So so it's like that's kind of creepy, and it's like, okay, we got a little bit of mood happening now. And then the interceptors show up.
Mm-hmm.
And what does
Well, first Miguel shows up. He runs up the street.
Oh yeah.
He runs up the street and
He's like, we're gonna kill all of you
Oh,
except
yeah.
for you, lady.
He's already pulled some bullshit on the boat.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And
he was gonna-
dove off into the ocean.
he's
Yeah.
going to take
saying they're all going to
Gioria.
die. Yeah.
He's gonna take
the doctor. We'll just call her the doctor.
what was her name?
She's doctor.
She was
We have doctor and professor.
Frida,
it's like
maybe?
Gilligan's Island.
Dr. Kathy Rowlands.
Kathy.
Yeah.
So-
Very American.
Yeah. Because she's clearly an American.
Yeah.
I mean, never mind that she's got, olive skin,
Yeah.
very Italian.
We're a
looking.
melting pot, Jeff.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Especially in Miami.
You can find Americans that look like anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in Miami.
Yeah. Welcome to Miami.
Anyway.
So yeah, Miguel runs up after he pulled that shit. He almost took the doctor off the boat, and then he's like, I'm going to dive into the water. He comes out and he's like, Mike, you got to run and leave her or we're going to kill all of you. And then even though he's part of the gang shoots him with an arrow out of nowhere. The interceptors just shoot him.
They just shoot him.
They're like, we don't want this guy no more. He warned you about the bullshit we're about to pull, so we're going to kill him.
Right. And so they're going to hole up in this hotel. And now Male Batter and Baldness guy is like he's had it with this violence. He is like
No more blood.
No more blood. That's all his lines are. No more blood. No more blood.
No more blood.
No more blood.
He's like skipping like the
No more
jukebox
blood.
is.
Yeah, no more blood.
He keeps
No
getting
more
kicked
blood.
in the head by a hanging body. And he's like, no more blood.
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 And so he
What's
goes.
with these movies we have people repeating themselves the last few weeks?
I don't know. I don't know.
Italian script.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
don't know.
Jeff doesn't know.
I don't know.
Right between the eyes.
Right between the eyes. I don't know. Anyway, no more blood. So he goes out to plead because he's like, look, they're humans.
They'll appeal to logic,
Perfect.
Yeah.
This-
or they'll see reason. Maybe is what he says.
Something like that.
well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's like, that's also another very Italian movie thing. Not Italian, European, where it's like, oh, humans are smart. We are fucking idiots. Look around. Go outside. We're fucking idiots. So he goes outside, and what happens? He appeals,
Yeah.
and what do?
They
Sword him.
kind of kill him.
They kill him.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be enough in real life.
But they
according
kill
to
him.
Jason. Okay, they kill
Well,
him.
yeah, but they kill him.
It wouldn't have been enough.
They slash
They
him in
kill-
the chest, and they slash him in the face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good face
It's a
mark
flesh
across
wound,
his face.
but
yeah.
but
It would
he's-
leave a
but he's
scar.
dead.
The Black
for
Knight would have
sure.
survived that
Would leave a
shit.
scar.
Huh?
The Black Knight would have
Oh
survived
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Oh sure.
My point is that if it would have killed him, the machete would have gotten stuck.
There could have been a
Much
good,
like in Dawn of the Dead.
Yes,
like
correct.
a lot of Italian movies. If this were a Fulci movie, that guy's head would have split in half, or like,
Well, that
Oh,
would've
his
got a
eyes
real-
would have gotten it.
Well, that would have
Yeah.
worked too.
we would have got a really good effect there.
Yep.
Yeah. So instead, we just get a little bit of makeup on the guy's face.
Yeah.
So Mike, at this point, is like, let's go upstairs.
Yeah, he's like, we are much safer upstairs.
Right.
We're
Where,
much
where
better
our
chance.
only way out is to fall to our deaths.
Yeah.
Perfect. So they go upstairs, and the Raiders start attacking
Yeah.
the interceptors. To which I expected Mike to say, we need to go upstairs more.
Yeah.
But there is no more upstairs.
No.
Let's go
So they had to
upstairs.
send
they
more.
just keep going upstairs. Yes.
So James is like, for some reason, he's like, I'll go out there and do something. I think he was going to try to run him off or run him away so they could escape. I don't know what his plan was,
He had none.
but he gets captured immediately.
Immediately. Like, it's a jump cut to him being like going from,
He's almost
I'm
like a
gonna go
chariot,
outside.
like he's pulling a chariot. Almost.
Right.
Yeah.
And then jump cut to him tied up.
Yeah.
And so they start throwing grenades and shit inside.
They do.
To
one,
which-
one of them perfectly lands on this little silver tray,
Yeah.
which I love. And then Mike clumsily
He fumbles it.
fumbles it, jumps to fumble it, and is like bobbling it, and then finally throws it out of the,
It was a 10-second
the house.
grenade.
It was that grenade had the longest fuse ever.
Let me
Right.
explain some things. There are impact grenades and there are timed grenades.
I know.
The Raiders of Atlantis guys have like 30-second time grenades.
Oh, I thought you said that they had both because they did.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's almost like
They got real lucky with that one.
Yeah.
It was not a dud, but it was pretty much worthless.
Yeah. It ended up killing
well,
one of
it
them.
ended
If
up
it's a
killing
grenade
them.
that can be thrown back at you, it's not going to work that well.
No.
No.
yeah. Well, but humans are smart.
Oh yeah, they see reason.
They see, and the reason is let's throw that thing back.
Yeah,
let's throw it right
well,
back.
Mike
at 'em.
did. He did it
did.
the most clumsily way ever, but he did.
It worked out
and it worked
somehow.
out, and they survived. Good job.
So they have to basically fight their way. I don't even remember how they got out of this
I don't
Just
situation.
leave out
either.
that back door.
But then the lady gets kidnapped.
They
But
leave
that's
out the
not
back
till
door
later.
and run to the warehouse.
They find, and that's where they find.
They find the Night of the Living Dead people
Well, they find a gun warehouse, basically.
hiding in the warehouse.
They find a gun warehouse.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
yeah,
With bullets.
hey guys, there's bullets.
George Hill is like, "Hey guys, I found the bullets in the gun factory."
and then they find the guy who
Pushing his glasses up.
then they find the guy who has a wife and a side piece.
Yeah.
Yes,
But I think he says one of them is their daughter. That's fucking impossible.
they're both the same age.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But it does evoke.
But I guess it
evokes
does
a little bit of
avoid-
that. A little bit of that Night of the Living Dead. you
Well,
know.
it does. And
We've
it
been
kind
hiding
of,
out.
it
in
kind
the
of
house
helps
the whole
avoid
time.
questions.
Sure.
Yeah, we should explain.
Sure,
We should.
sure.
Yeah, that's my daughter. We should explain that the leader of the interceptors is a glass-faced dude. I think he's got like a glass.
Yeah,
mask,
he's got
right?
like a
It's a glass skull. It's a crystal
and
skull.
He's constantly banging his hand with a
horsewhip.
And that's the guy. He shows up later, so I wanted to bring him up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in this whole movie, but he shows up.
All of the Marauders, I think, look pretty cool.
Yeah.
I want to
be
their
them for
vehicles
Halloween.
and their
everybody in this movie is in a different movie.
Yes, but I love honestly that scene where they all show up in the two different streets before they attack the house. I think it's cool, man.
Yeah.
And they kill the male pattern baldness guy.
Yeah, no more blood.
No more blood.
No more blood.
Well,
No more blood.
No more blood.
No more blood.
They look cool.
They do. So is this when they decide to start chucking Molotov cocktails?
Yep.
Yes. They
Okay.
find napalm basically in her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's the gun and napalm factory.
Yeah. There's like crates and crates of this shit that they just throw, and then there's guys jumping off of trampolines. As I had to explain to Jeff, if you see a guy flipping, he's dead.
Yeah, because I was like, are these people killing anyone?
Oh, but then
There's a live burn.
there is a live burn that they use 3 times, I think, twice, and then
And then when the actual actor died.
Then when the actual actor dies, they use that too. Yeah. as the poor stunt man is burning
rolling
to death.
around desperately trying to put the fire out.
Yeah, they're like,
He is
well, we might as well
dying.
use it.
Yeah, we killed this man for money.
Yeah.
So we might as well use it.
His death cannot be in vain.
Right. We need to raise some money now for the lawsuit that's going to happen.
You're right. But there is a absolutely wonderful bow and arrow kill.
Yeah.
Who would like to talk about this?
Oh, you want me to talk about
You
it?
made it your profile pic.
Yeah. Well, it's not yet, but it will be by the time this airs. So the two girls that are with the guy that they find in the warehouse, one of them got burned alive
Yep.
by
Yes.
a flamethrower dude.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That was pretty brutal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and-
yeah. That's when the actor died.
That's when the actor died. Yeah.
Yes. and then Wash and Razumov or whatever his Cook are throwing all the napalm, and then they run out of stuff, and they're like, we have to get back. So they go back and they put up this wall of barrels that
were easily placed.
easily placed by them, and then they barricade themselves in, but the Raiders are like, fuck it, we're just gonna go through
Yeah, I'm
the
just
side
gonna
wall
say,
instead.
they don't even care about how easy it would be to get through the barrel.
No,
they just blow out the wall.
Yeah, they blow out the wall, which is awesome. It's actually kind of fun.
It is pretty funny.
But then you have the second woman. I don't know if it's the wife or the daughter. I think it's the wife.
Air quotes.
She starts screaming, and while she's screaming, a guy shoots an arrow right through her mouth and at the back of her
Would
head.
that kill her? I don't think that would kill her.
Oh, it might not.
It'd break if it broke her spine. It probably would. If it went through her,
It would get to the spinal cord.
if it went through the spinal cord,
For
she'd
sure.
not-
But I mean,
It would sever the spinal cord.
yeah. And she probably couldn't breathe either.
The brainstem.
Huh.
And then she would choke on her own blood,
That would kill her.
if not the
Yeah.
brainstem.
Do you want to test it?
No.
Okay.
Well,
But what makes this amazing is that the cut is just a little bit too long. So it's very obviously a dummy, and it's a very easy.
It's a wax dummy. too.
dummy, and it's very easily paused.
I'm telling you, they had that dummy, and it's like, we need to find a girl that looks like this.
If you could find
Yep.
me on the internet, just look at my profile picture. That's what it is.
yeah.
Yeah. I got to remember to.
we
search
had
my
fun with
picture of
that.
Well, aren't you going to do it?
We
right?
did. Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Aren't you going to do that right now?
I'll do it right now while we're
Orange you?
talking.
Yeah. So the okay.
Okay.
So
So at some point in this melee,
melee.
I've had a few. Melee.
like
Melee, it's melee. I don't know.
Maybe it's
Melee.
Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
At some point, the doctor gets kidnapped.
Yes. She backs up. Perfect.
It is perfect.
She backs up. Like, by the way, when they started the firefight, right? Mike turns to everybody and it's like, all right, everybody, find a place to hide. And all they do is they just back up against the fucking crates.
or
behind
kneel
them.
down 25%.
Yeah.
Like,
They didn't hide at all.
no.
And it's fucking hilarious. It made me think of that scene in Star Trek IV. I know, Chuck. But when they're all standing around on the street corner and Kirk's like, yo, you look like a cadet review, you know, do something.
Blend in.
And they just kind of spin around like idiots.
I
That
know.
was the first thing I thought of.
Tell somebody to blend in, and the first thing they're going to do is something that's not
Not
blending
going to blend in, right? Especially if you're unused to the situation you're in.
Yes.
And that's exactly what happened in this movie. So then she is like the shit is going down. Like people are fucking dying left and right. That chick got arrowed in the fucking face.
Yep.
So she's like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to back out of here and take my chances.
Bye.
And then she gets kidnapped.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Movie's
if this
over.
movie didn't make any sense, it makes
It's
less sense
definitely not
now.
going to make sense now.
It makes way less sense now because I think at this point
I think is going to be the primary words we say in this episode.
Yeah.
Especially from this point forward.
So the Marauders leave.
The Interceptors.
The Interceptors, thank you. The Raiders, if you will.
I feel like these are 3 football teams waiting to be each other's rivals. The Marauders, the Interceptors, and the Las Vegas
Like
Raiders.
These are all the 3
Mutant League football.
These are the 3 professional teams on Atlantis. Yeah.
And they all hate each other.
With a passion.
And one of their running backs escaped, and Mike runs into him.
Yeah.
And he's a Swedish dude.
Yeah, that's right. So, all right. So Mike decides he's got to go rescue the doctor.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of splits up. But there's that whole bus scene. Does that happen now?
That happens after this. Because he's on it.
What happens when they split up, though? How do they
he
get back
meets
together?
Swedish Man.
He meets Swedish Man, and him are looking like
he is a Swedish man.
Yeah, he's Swedish.
What a Swedish man.
They're looking like they're about to kill each other. And then Mike sees his $50,000 that he lost earlier in the movie on the ground, and he picks it up. And then Swedish dude's like, "Hey, you're a regular old,
You're a mortal
old
man,
dude who cares about mortal
so
man
you're not
who cares
a
about his
raider
money."
who wants to kill me. It's so goofy.
And then they just go back.
And
to
then
the
they
other
just
guy.
go
Well, and
back.
then they bro out at the police station.
Yeah,
They go to the police station because you think, oh, this guy used to be a cop. No, he was a prisoner.
yeah,
yeah.
He's a prisoner. They had him, and
Was he a
escaped.
prisoner of Atlantis?
He was a lightweight criminal, though.
Right.
Not like the Raiders.
Not
of
like these
Atlantis.
guys.
No,
these
but
guys
he
are
did
lightweight
get 4
compared to
years.
these guys.
Yeah, he got 4 years. But anyway, during this time, Professor has been reading the notes of the doctor, and he's like, "Hey, so the nuclear missiles,
The nuclear.
nuclear. That's what he
That's probably
said.
how he would
I
say
think
it.
he said it that way.
Thanks, W.
The nuclear missiles that were on the Russian ship brought Atlantis up.
That was the radiation needed for Atlantis to resurface.
Yeah, it was.
And she also has firsthand accounts of how Atlantis destroyed itself.
Yeah, she knows everything.
Something they called it
Should have learned it all at the
a
dollar store.
solar explosion.
Sure.
But it said, well, I guess that's a nuclear explosion. Yeah, sure. Okay. So a
Got
nuclear explosion sunk Atlantis, broke it apart and sunk it.
Yeah.
Nuclear radiation brought it back.
Yes.
And
Sure.
the Raiders take her because they know she can decode how to get back to Atlantis because they've been in limbo. Right?
I don't know. There's
Maybe?
2 factions
Yeah,
of
maybe.
Atlanteans.
But even those Atlanteans...
That's what I don't understand is there's 2 factions.
But
There are
even
The peace-loving science kind and Aquaman.
yeah.
Yeah, but the peace-loving science kind also cannot get back to Atlantis. None of them can. They need her to decipher the symbol that opens the gate for them all to go back to Atlantis, and they want her to go with them. But that's
Now,
later
here's
in
the
movie.
question.
Huh.
Okay, well, I got questions
Well,
about that because
you have a deeper understanding of this movie than I do.
I mean, they said it all, and you guys were talking the whole
Yeah.
time.
No, I heard it. I didn't believe it.
I mean, you have to take this at face value, at least. a
So
little
are
bit,
the
right?
scientists and the Raiders working together?
I don't think
to get
They
back to
shouldn't
Atlantis?
be because one
they're
defeated
at
the
odds,
other.
right?
I don't think so. That's
The
part that's
Raiders are the
confusing.
reason why the whole thing sunk.
Exactly.
But,
they're-
but the scientists need the Raiders to bring her because they can't do it themselves.
Huh.
They're on the other side of some wall, right? They
So
can't.
they're trying to manipulate the morons who defeated them.
Yes.
I don't think that's going to go away.
They have to, though, because they can't come back to Earth.
Huh.
They're in like limbo or some shit. Huh. Anyway, forget all
I
that.
think Chuck should write the remake.
I think Chuck
Raiders of
should answer
Atlantis.
all the questions that if you have any explanations or questions, please email them to.
Oh, is it going back to complaint box again?
No, actually, I think Chuck should hold office hours on Zoom.
Yes.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Professor Charles Moore will answer all your questions
It'll
about
be called
Raiders of Atlantis.
Atlantis hours, not office hours.
I like
Fair
it.
enough.
Yeah.
For at least an hour every Wednesday from 4 to 5.
Until I go back.
Yeah. Until you go back to Atlantis.
Atlantis?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
When do you go back to Atlantis?
I haven't been awoken yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's just preparing everyone.
I'm moving to Miami soon, though.
Oh, are you?
That's
I'm
the first
going
step.
to go fuck up a suburb.
Well, you come with me. And then we'll just shoot you for no reason in the street.
No more blood. Anyway,
So
So they went to the warehouse. They
my
escaped the
brain's
warehouse.
broken.
Mike is run into Swedish guy who is a prisoner. They figure out what is going on and why Atlantis has come back. And then they're like, oh shit, we got to go to Atlantis. Let's get on this big red bus.
yeah, and get to the helicopter.
Yeah, we have to make a stand now or we'll never make it to the chopper.
So they try to get to the chopper and they get attacked by a chopper.
Yeah.
That's farting out Atlanteans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dropping.
like a
It's
video
actually
game.
really cool.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
an all right scene.
You have
It
a,
is an all right scene.
You have a 40-mile-an-hour bus moving and guys
They
dropping
got
out of a
people.
helicopter.
They have people on
it.
top of that shitter. Yeah.
Those guys weren't stuntmen.
No,
No way.
They don't
they're
have
dead.
stuntmen in Italy.
They have one stuntman in all of Italy.
Yeah, the rest are called actors.
I do believe that is how they do things like in Hungary.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard that's like, yeah, if you give me $13, I'll jump off that building.
Oh my god!
And they just hire people out. It's like, sure.
Sure, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I need to eat tonight. Fuck. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Anyway.
Anywho,
And you thought they think was going to be, or we think it's really anywho is what's going to be said.
Well, I think we still have to try to figure out what we thought this movie is
Okay,
about.
so we
I
have
think we're
Doctor.
getting there though. Chuck is he's like the Rosetta Stone. Like
Yeah,
the
I am the
doctor
Rosetta.
said.
He's that fucking styrofoam fucking
He
skull
is.
thing.
He's the fucking Dollar Tree
Guys,
fucking
I want to
gravestone
make a fucking styrofoam thing and put that one drawing of him
of
from,
Chuck on it.
from-
Yes.
The Joe
Oh
Drew.
my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I
That
could
would
do
be
that.
amazing.
You guys are like totally falling apart right now.
Yes. I'm the one-armed man now.
We'll talk about you next week. So they're on the bus. It's not doctor. It's professor. It's cook. It's Warsh.
Yes.
It's Mike, and it's Ralph. I don't know if his name is Ralph. Did I write his name?
Which one is Ralph?
He's the random guy who had the two
The
wives.
two- the-
Oh, yeah.
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 Whose one was a daughter.
Might still be a wife.
He gets shot. But
Yes.
then George Hilton kills a guy and he's like all proud of himself and pushes his glasses up because he's the best thing ever.
Yes.
So good.
They fight off, a few people that drop on.
They're coming out
bus.
of the yeah. They're farting out of the helicopter. I would say that Mike has the right idea.
Uh-huh.
Blow up the fucking
Blow up the
source.
helicopter.
Yeah, he gets
Because
up on
this is a clown copter.
Yeah, they just keep coming
They
out.
keep coming out. It's like a fucking video game. It's like
Yeah.
it's like we're
It's like
watching
Contra.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking
They're
Konami.
a moving spawn
Konami.
zone. They're a spawn zone, and they just keep
And they
spawning.
just keep
Yep.
spawning out of the helicopter.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we got to fucking blow up this helicopter. It's a gauntlet,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
so he does that.
He does that. He gets on top of the bus. He lays down on his back, and he's like, "Oh!"
Yeah, he does. He Rambos that fucking
Yeah.
helicopter
Blows
into
it up.
oblivion.
It's a pretty cool shot too.
Yeah,
it actually
and
looks
It
like
does
the
look
helicopter
good.
gets
It looks-
blown up.
It looks like he's
Yeah.
on top of the bus.
I think
on
he
his
is.
back,
I told you,
blowing it up.
Even when he gets on the helicopter soon, I'm pretty sure it's him.
I'm
Yeah.
a little. I don't know on that, but maybe
We'll find out. Let's watch the commentary. I'm
we'll
sure
watch the
Warsh will tell us.
Warsh will tell us.
Well, yep, he'll be like,
thought
"That
we
was
were
Mike
pretty-
out there."
Tony King.
Yep. Or for Farrakhan.
Yeah.
Christopher Commons is who it is, isn't it? The actor?
The actor?
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Well,
Connolly.
Oh,
Christopher Connolly.
is he on the... I don't know if he's on
He's not on the commentary.
Yeah, so we need Warsh to tell us.
So then they keep trucking down the road for a
Christopher
little
Connolly has been dead for 30 years.
That's sad.
bit.
30
He's
plus
been
years.
dead since
He fell off the helicopter.
Yeah. Oh. He died in 1988. He was only
5 years after
He was
this.
only 47 years old.
That's really... That is like... It's wild to me. Not that I think I look super young. But
He does
people in
not look in his 40s.
But if you look at the 80s and then again at the 60s, like people in their 30s and 40s look like people in their 50s and 60s
Yes.
now.
They
It's
lived harder
really
lives,
weird.
I think. It's
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
well,
as good a
especially
diet.
these guys because of the fucking shit that the Italian movies make them do.
That's
Or
very
that they
true.
had to go through the Raiders of
I have
Atlantis.
to ride on top of this fucking moving bus. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, you shouldn't me. That's going to take a few years off my life.
Yes, it is.
So
They crashed the bus into a bank.
yeah, so they're driving down the road, and Wash is like, "Yo, guys, we got some company up ahead," and they're just raiders lined up. And I'm thinking, it's like, you fucking punch that, Chewie.
Yeah, punch it, Chewie. Just go right through him.
Go right through him. But he doesn't. He drives off the road a little bit, which for some reason they left that in. And then he comes back onto the road, and then he just drives by them, but then wrecks into two of their cars and blows up those cars. So that's pretty
That's
rad.
pretty cool.
But I would have rather have seen those guys on the motorcycle get blown up.
Yeah, yeah. Like they didn't know how to do that stunt.
They did, but they were already like 5 bodies deep.
They probably didn't have enough dummies left.
Dummies. Sure. Sure.
Or they
dummies.
didn't want to ruin the bikes. That's probably more likely.
Probably more likely. Although I'm thinking, it's like, God, we've already racked up 10 deaths.
Yeah, because some of those bikes in the vehicles...
Oh, is that it? Really?
Yeah.
You think they're trying to dial back to death?
I think they maybe hit their death limit.
You
What?
mean real deaths?
Yes.
The real deaths.
Yes.
Not the
Yeah.
movie deaths.
Right.
Yes.
Well, they got one
Just being
guy.
ridiculous.
One guy is just a fucking burning corpse back in town.
No, it's true.
So it's like,
They ate him. At least they used him. You know,
they
like,
barbecued the shit out of that guy.
yeah.
Oh, that guy has a great legacy.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but
Fucking.
but he burned
Berno
to death
Dia
for
Berto?
Berno Dia
barbecue it.
Dino Barbacoa. Berno, but never mind.
Anyway. So, oh God, would you want anybody handling do you want to be in an Italian movie with all of the actors with guns?
Let me answer that question profusely. 1,000% yes. I want to be an
Okay.
Italian movie. That has got- That is my.
Nice
I'm-
knowing you, Chuck.
Yes.
I can't act, so I have to be an Italian.
that works.
films.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, that
yeah.
works, but you're not going to survive.
You might even get to sing.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
get to sing. I'm like, oh.
All right, so they get to the chopper. Everybody else gets in, but Mike, who decides that he's just going to fight off all these other guys. This was his plan.
Yes.
His plan was to go get on a chopper and go to Atlantis. And everybody else is like, yeah, I don't know. I know that doctor's hot and all, but this seems like it's a little
Maybe
crazy.
let's just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's get the fuck. Surely Miami, Florida isn't the only place in the world.
Right.
So
Right.
clearly every place else is probably great. It's probably doing
Like even if Atlantis is pretty big, it's not that big.
right.
Yeah.
Let's
What's great about this though is you have
peace
guys in motorcycles going off a ramp off the dock
yeah.
and like flying into the water. It's like super
those guys
cool.
die.
Yeah, probably.
in real life.
Yeah, you didn't even mention the guys who actually literally got their heads cut off by wire.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah,
And the
that's a good
motorcycle
one. That's
drove
a good
on
one.
for like 37 seconds after.
that was their best death budget kill for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
Other
I
than the
would say
live burn, the guy actually died. I don't want to diminish him. Yeah,
Well, they didn't
Yeah,
want
what
to
about
extinguish
Bernie?
him
he
either.
didn't want to extinguish him. I don't want to diminish his non-extinguishing. But yes, that was a good scene.
That was a
It
good kill.
actually looked good.
Yeah.
Like not like the arrow through the mouth.
Oh, well, that was the best.
It is
the
the best
best.
because it's terrible. But the decapitation wire scene, yeah, Yeah.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Bravissimo.
Bravissimo. Yes.
Yes.
Anyway,
so they get to Atlantis.
Yeah, so they get to Atlantis where they just like look over there and it's like, oh look, there's the fucking sub.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sub
the
we were
sub-
looking for that we lost. That raised
right
this
there.
fucker.
It's right
It's right
there.
there.
Guess what? It's right next to Atlantis.
Yeah.
Yeah, guess what? I guess the radiation from the missiles are still keeping it afloat.
Okay, so shut that off.
So George Hilton, go fucking science that shit.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna go and find Hot Babe Doctor.
Yeah.
And Swedish guy is like, hey, can I come along and die with you?
Das ist Boot.
Das ist gut. Das Boot. Das ist gut.
Yeah, he
Das
should have
is
been
dead.
on the sub. He should have gone with George Hilton.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Damn it. The next 20 minutes, literally, of this movie is just guys getting shot out of
Yep.
trees.
Yep.
They're coming out of trees. They're coming out of the fucking woodwork.
It's
literally.
Contra again.
It's amazing how, like, okay, so unfortunately, Cook dies. And he
Yes.
dies because he is somebody behind a rock has this giant red hair shit coming out behind the rock. And he's like, oh, I'm going to go get him. And then a raider stands up right behind him. Like, where the fuck was he hiding at? But that's where everyone gets hurt or killed because somebody was hiding like minutely and became big.
Yeah. And right before this, when they land that when Cook lands the helicopter on Atlantis,
Yeah.
right before that, Bill is like, we're all gonna have to run immediately when we land.
Yeah.
And Das Boot guy says, I've been running my whole life. And that's when George Hilton delivers the line, I ran hurdles in high school. It's fucking perfect.
And it's at that point that I realized this guy isn't surviving.
He's the
He
best
peaked
part of
in
the
high
movie,
school.
though.
George Hilton, hands down, is my favorite in this movie.
He's the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, oh, he's great. But
And
I
Isaac
knew he was gonna-
Asimov is right behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So basically it's just here's a bunch of guys in the woods now. It's turned into a Vietnam movie.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
they're
and
they're
Dutch
shooting
boys,
Charlie
like-
out of the fucking trees. They're shooting him out from behind rocks. It's Contra.
Yeah, it's Contra.
I mean, I'm expecting one of those things to fly by to get a
power up.
A power up.
Yeah.
Oh, they need spray.
Need the spread shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Akari Warriors in my head.
I hate that game.
I guess we're not going to talk about a car.
What about Russian Attack?
That one was hard too, but better than the Kari Warriors.
Contra was no park though, man. That was fucking hard.
No, you got to put in that up, down, down, left, right.
yes,
left, right,
you do. You need
BABA.
those ultimate lives.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, the Konami code, baby.
Konami
Yep.
code.
So anyway, this movie needed a Konami code because it gets weird. So everybody dies except for Wash and Jimmy Johns. What's his name?
Mike.
Jimmy's John.
So Jimmy's John's. The good news is before George Hilton gets shot in the forehead by James, who is
apparently
inexplicably alive
an
and been
Atlantean.
incorporated
Yeah.
into the Atlantis.
He's an
group.
Atlantean.
Maybe he's just like, you know what? If I join these guys, they're not going to barbecue me.
Yeah, but
Maybe,
but
but
Professor
fuck, yeah.
Hilton did reverse the polarity of the missiles. or
Yeah, he
whatever.
third doctored that shit and reversed the polarity.
So
of
that
the,
means
of the
that
neutron wave.
Yeah.
the island should go back down to Atlantis, right?
Theoretically, but that's not what
That's not
causes
what
it to go
happens.
down.
No, it's not.
Nope.
No,
So what was his whole purpose?
to get killed on that.
Well, now
submarine.
it
get killed on
can.
submarine.
Now it can
Right
go
between the
back
eyes.
down.
Right between the eyes.
Now
Right.
it can go back down. It was locked in place before.
Because of
Yeah.
the nuclear
islands are locked in-
radiation polarity.
The islands are locked in place, guys. You know
Yes,
that.
yes, by radiation.
if you've
Yes.
ever seen Lost, you would have learned some of this.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, but you know
Yes.
what? I ain't got no time for
all
no
of
TV.
that. All my island Scientological knowledge is from Lost.
Scientology's involved, huh?
Scientology.
L. Ron Hubbard.
L.
wrote
Ron
that show.
Hubbard raised this island.
I mean, Thetans pretty much are holding this island in place.
Surely.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
Jeff had to take a moment to take a deep
Decompress?
breath
to get back into this.
to get back into this.
Yeah.
Like an exhale. It
Yeah.
was like a stressful exhale.
So Christopher Cross goes into Atlantis. because he was sailing earlier.
Sailing. Take me away to where
Atlantis.
I'm going, Atlantis.
Jason's the singer on this episode. That's wild.
Well, we got him in the mood with the GIO. Right?
I'm gonna have to say something really smart about movies soon.
Oh shit. This is not my episode. This is not my episode, guys. Anyway,
This is your episode. This was
your
episode.
choice. This was your choice.
But
though.
you're bored for this episode.
You built a
was.
brand on this.
That's true. That's
so
true.
wake the fuck up.
All right.
You're
all
doing
right.
good though. We're doing well.
Okay.
I think we're making an episode.
We are.
Well, we are. I can see the little time ticking off here. We've been doing this for an hour.
This is where it gets real fucking weird and murky for me.
It gets fucky here.
I don't understand what happens
So-
when they go
so-
onto the science.
Yeah.
shit
So
or
Christopher
whatever.
Cross goes into the caves
Yeah.
that lead to technological Atlantis,
Right.
which is filmed on the same set that the oil rig was on, by the way.
Oh, that makes sense.
Absolutely. Because that oil rig looked futuristic.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the Italian way.
Sure.
So he goes in and there's like a stone it's like a hood ornament and it shoots lasers at him.
It kind of looks like a little bit like the red eyes from
Ghostbusters?
that Michael Mann movie, the Nazi Michael Mann.
Oh,
movie.
the keep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
so he
keep.
goes into the keep.
He goes into the keep. yeah.
Except for instead of a Nazi monster, it's a hood ornament.
Yes.
It's like a Bentley in there. And so it starts shooting lasers and Wash shows up after fucking rage killing everything on the island.
Yeah.
Warsh is a warrior, man.
Oh my god.
Dude's a warrior.
When Isaac Asimov died, he goes
Holy
in.
Shit.
He goes and he's like, and he like fucking kills everything.
He shoots a guy out of a tree that we can't even
We
see.
didn't even know he was there. I'm pretty sure.
No,
Washington-
that's the thing. That and Atlantis, you just shoot into the trees and people fall out.
Oh yeah, people fall out
They
of
grow
there.
on trees in Atlantis.
Raiders grow on trees. So he, but then he just shows up, and
And he saves Mike from a laser that he.
Mike Nelson says, "Hey, why don't you shoot this thing?"
He said, kill that thing.
And he's like, "Okay."
Why
And
did I
blows
think
it
of
up.
that?
Yeah, and he blows it. Well, he couldn't because he ran out of bullets when he tried to kill Crystal Skull Man.
Oh, is that actually a logical plot point?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
See, I'm back in it.
You're
I'm
back in. You're in the
here.
game.
So yeah, he fucked up. Well, he didn't fuck up. He just ran out of bullets.
Ran out of bullets.
No bullets.
I mean, that's gonna happen.
No more bullets.
No more bullets.
We forgot that he fought Crystal Skull.
Yeah,
Man.
which was kind of a non-event.
It was. It wasn't like built up that much.
And when he
But
breaks
when
the
he
glass,
breaks the
and all-
glass and all the shards of glass killed him, apparently.
Yeah.
it's stuck in his face and
How
killed
does
him.
that work?
Wait, glass can go through your skin?
It feels to me like a
Can it
machete
go through a
situation.
skull?
again.
I'm guessing. No, honestly, when he put that mask on, I don't know.
I don't think he's dead.
Maybe he can only breathe in his own carbon dioxide that he breathed
Well,
out.
that's what I'm wondering is that, like, he was breathing inside that mask and he was never really alive. And once the mask got broken, he falls.
Sure.
But okay, sure.
I mean,
whatever.
I don't.
I mean, at
I'm
this
not
point-
going to question anything that Professor Charles Moore will say about Raiders of Atlantis. He has
Fair
all
enough.
the fucking answers.
Yeah, he does. He has.
I
all
mean,
the
he has office hours, so fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, if you have office hours, you know your shit.
You know your shit.
Yep.
All right, so then he goes in and they blow up the hood ornament, the laser firing hood ornament, and another door opens and there is Dr. Hot Pants,
Yes.
but she's all like kabuki'd up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so she looks like one of those punk babes that was hanging out with Skullman.
She does.
Yeah, but she's kabuki. instead.
Right,
Yeah.
and so they're and
Wait, I
she's-
have to say one funny thing here.
okay.
Because Wash and Mike can't move.
Well, wait a minute. He almost gets sucked into the thing.
that might be my favorite scene in the movie.
Well,
To be quite honest, like
is
the
it sucking or
conflicting.
blowing?
Well,
It's
there
both.
is some conflicting physics happening in this scene, in
The
this
whole
tunnel
movie is
scene.
conflicting.
Oh, yeah, they
physics.
haven't
where
seen a
where
girl
the
yet
fan
when-
where the
yeah.
fan is moving and it seems like it's sucking them in, but there
It's sucking.
are moments in the scene where it feels like the physics of how they're moving is blowing them,
And it blows.
So I said out loud, it's like, is this sucking or blowing? And Jeff says, it's both. It's like, yep.
In reality, I think it's sucking them because the way that they're
It
grabbing each other and throwing them to the wall is so
Yeah,
they're getting pulled by the thing.
But
and
there are
anchoring
moments
each
where I'm
other.
just like, this isn't working for me.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It is a tad weird. So they shoot that thing too. They just shoot the thing.
Yeah, and he puts the gun in it too, doesn't he? Or maybe
No, I think he just shoots it.
He just shoots the blade.
This is a world in which every problem
Everything
is solved
could be solved by
shooting.
shooting it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the door opens, and that's when we see Dr. Hot Pants, and she's been conversing with these weirdo. There's some Doctor Who shit going on in this scene here.
For sure.
So
'Cause I don't understand it.
maybe I understand this a little bit better, but she's been talking to the good Atlanteans.
Yes.
And they're like, bring us back. And it's like the secrets of Atlantis can only be used for good, which she says that 3 times.
Yep.
What is the fucking...
Only for good, Jeff.
No,
Only
God
for
damn
good.
it.
Only for good.
Only for good.
Oh, my God.
Only for good.
Oh, my God. So anyway, so they're like, okay, you can bring us back, but all of this power, it can only be used for good.
Only for good.
And Mike is like,
Only for good.
well, why don't you tell them to go fuck themselves, basically? Blow it up. Fuck them.
Yeah. Who cares?
Who fucking cares? I don't care.
These
I
pieces of
have
shit
gun.
Atlanteans have that we raised from the ocean floor have caused us nothing but pain.
Fuck them up.
So fuck this shit,
Knock them out the box.
Luke.
Knock them out. So she disappears, and then she shows up on the screen, and it's like, Mike, help.
It's closing. The dome is closing.
The dome is closed. And they're like, oh, fuck, we gotta go.
Shit, we gotta go. And they leave her.
Yeah.
Which is confusing.
The whole reason why they're there.
right.
Well, she's sucked into the glass. How are they supposed to get her out?
Break that glass. Shoot it.
Something.
I guess
they
it
don't
wouldn't
even
have worked.
try.
It wouldn't have worked because her consciousness. It was just her consciousness, fellas.
Okay.
Okay,
Professor.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Well, because clearly it was, but they didn't know that.
No, they didn't. But it was just her consciousness.
Fair enough. But
Right.
they didn't know that. Again, like, what?
Well, yeah.
What?
But they're like peacing out. Like, all right, bye.
Well,
Yeah,
they have
see you
to
later.
run. The island's about to go
But
underwater.
But they're like, she's gonna die. Okay, fuck
Yeah,
it.
They can't do anything about it.
So they
She's
get back to the helicopter, and
And she's in there.
she's just in there.
She's
Yeah.
just there.
She's just there.
gone. She's a new sleeper agent for when Atlantis comes back.
I think so too.
yeah.
But they don't even give you the stinger.
No.
They don't give you the stinger.
No.
There should be a stinger.
But they get her
Should
because
there
they,
be a stinger?
for
I think
whatever
so.
reason, the fact that they get her out of
There
the
should be a stinger.
bubble wakes her up. That's the part
And
that's
then
a
she
little
wants
wonky.
to fuck.
But I think she
She
is.
wakes up and is immediately wet.
Yeah. Sploosh. Yeah.
You got to throw out that seat in the back. It's been ruined.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking burn that shit.
Yeah.
But I
don't
think
you need
that's-
to burn it, but yeah.
Ruined.
Yeah.
But you don't burn everything that's ruined.
And Warsha's like, "Hey, folks, can you wait until we land to start porking?"
And then freeze frame.
Freeze frame.
movie
Jay
over.
Giles band.
Endgame.
Yeah, someone was supposed to repeat it again. Nobody did.
Disappointing.
Disappointing.
Anyway, so so the movie ends
Yeah, the movie ends.
and stuff happened.
Yeah.
This is
This
This
is
is
fun
a-
as hell to watch with your friends. That's
But
what
it is.
It
It
is.
will drive you insane if you watch it alone.
yeah.
I don't know. I had fun with it when I watched alone, but not as much fun as I had today.
I
Fair enough.
was really drunk when I watched this the first time, and I didn't remember most of it.
Like he's not drunk now.
I'm not.
Well,
He's not
we'll listen back
really
later.
drunk.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, this movie's fun.
This movie is a fun watch with your friends. Like Chuck said, it is a very bad movie, though.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
But that's kind of part of its own charm. It's
It's just throwing all the spaghetti at the wall.
I think it's like that earnestness I talk about with Italian films that I love is that they're really like George Hilton. I don't think I've seen him have as much fun as he did in
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah.
And these are people that seem to have fun a lot when they're making movies. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, everyone does seem bought into at least like making a good show.
Right.
Yeah.
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 And I don't.
Well, I mean, some of them. I mean, it's like, well, they're looking at the check. You know,
Yeah, well,
they're
I
like,
don't know. I mean,
you
are
know,
those checks really that big, though? I mean,
they're like that.
I mean, you're talking
the
about
George Hilton check's probably pretty good.
Yeah, him and Hilton definitely. Razumov too, but I think their Twilight too. Like these guys are out of their heyday for sure.
They're no longer like
so they're
big
probably
stars.
super happy to come back and act in something. I'd need to look at what they're. You know, did they make anything in
This was
82 or 81
83,
or 8?
right? I mean, yeah, their heyday is over.
60s,
Sure.
70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Early 70s.
Where
I mean, George Hilton is a far cry from the Western
Handsome.
hero he was.
Yeah. He's an
in
old,
the late
kind of an older
60s.
man. He's
Yeah.
probably like at least 37 at this
He
point.
doesn't look old though. Yeah, exactly. He really doesn't look old in this.
No.
You're right though. He's probably in his
It's probably
50s,
because
maybe?
he's probably constantly like on the Italian Riviera, you know, on the beach.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's living a
tanning.
pretty cush
Yeah.
life.
They
Yeah.
filmed Atlantis on his island, probably.
Probably. He's like, yeah. You can use my island.
You can even shoot those guys that are in the trees for some reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those are just his guards.
No, they just came with
he's
the island.
He's just like, they're annoying. I want them out. Yeah.
He had a pest problem and he produced this movie.
Please kill all the men with machine guns out of my trees.
Now I want to know.
I won't even take a fee for this movie.
Is it possible that this could have been better with Cameron Mitchell in one of these roles?
I feel like always is the answer to that.
Which one?
The Doctor.
Wait, like Dr. Gloria?
Yeah.
No.
Dr. Hot Pants. It's Cameron Mitchell.
Cameron Mitchell.
That could be funny, but no.
Cameron Mitchell could have been Glassface.
Oh,
No.
well, he was a big bad in Mutant War.
Actually, I
Is that
think
the
I
second
think
one?
I think if you're gonna make this movie better with Cameron Mitchell, it's Mike.
Probably, yeah.
It's Mike.
He wouldn't be able to do all the running.
He was pretty old at
It's-
this point.
Well, I know, but if you could take peak Cameron Mitchell and put him in this movie, then yes,
Pete Cameron Mitchell with a couple of cases of beer, right?
fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, as long as you don't take Isaac or
No, you can't take either
George
of those
out,
guys
I'm
out.
okay.
You can't take either of those guys out. You can't take Tony King out. He's perfect.
he's great.
yeah.
Well, that would be racist.
Oh, you're right. It would be.
Yeah, you
But he's-
gotta leave him in.
Yeah, you gotta have him.
You can't replace
He was
him
great
with a
anyway.
white guy.
He was
great.
fantastic.
He was fantastic. Oh no, he was, because it's like, come get some.
Yeah.
And he's like just blowing those guys out of
Yeah.
the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the two.
And he was apparently a very good actor at one
Yeah.
point.
He
That's how
said
they
so
got him in
himself,
this movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did like him better than Mike.
Mike just seemed a little smarmy.
Yeah, he seemed a little like, I don't know.
He was the straight man of the movie.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, fair
And
enough.
I think he had to be with the wildness
he's
going
kinda,
on
He's
around
kind of
him.
like the plot director, right?
Yeah.
And with that, in a movie like this comes a little bit of banality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Using big
Because
words.
like, hey, we got to go to the next thing. So he's got to be the one to tell people to go to the next thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. Sometimes we do that on this show too.
Yeah, you're like the Mike, Jeff.
No.
I'm the George Hilton of this operation. Speaking
All right.
of this operation, I'm really sad
That we're leaving Italy?
that we're leaving Italy.
Oh.
Yeah, we did that one thing that one time, and now we gotta get on the run.
Well, I'll tell you this. There will be better, worse Italian movies in our next trip to Italy.
Better, worse?
How,
Yes.
Wait, I don't understand.
Oh no!
I don't like the
I
sounds
don't
of
know.
that.
I don't.
I'm gonna do some real hardcore research for
Oh
next time.
no!
Some better, worse.
You're not letting him have any kind of, because this is his fault. You know.
I enjoyed this.
No.
Why is this my fault?
You were like, I either get veto power or I get Raiders of Atlantis.
Bullshit. This was gonna be on the list no matter what. I
That's
guarantee
what he
it.
said.
This was the Raiders of Atlantis like sparked this whole second tour. Because we
was
talked about
Giallo. It was Blood and Black Lace.
In a way, it's both.
so I'm not crazy here.
When Jason and I were both watching this movie, we said we need to go back. It was kind of like a lost moment.
Yes.
We need to go back.
We need to go back.
But I wanted to do Giallo. And I do feel, I think this month went pretty well, but it can go better.
I do think that you picked the three Giallo that we picked. I think were a little bit off the beaten path, which is good.
Right.
Which is good. I mean, maybe not so much.
This is-
Blood
and Black Lace is an intro.
That's
an
a
intro
classic,
film.
and it's an intro. I mean, that's a Giallo 101, right?
Yeah.
The other two were definitely I feel like very off the beaten path, which is good.
And this one we had no map.
And then this one, yeah.
There's no
This one
path.
just appeared out of the ocean.
Right. It's like, what's this? Let's watch it.
Yeah.
It looks vaguely
We asked
Italian.
Wash where it was and went the other way.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
So-
go ahead. I'm sad. That's all. I'm
Well,
sad.
all right. Well, it's time to get back to normalcy, whatever that is.
Yeah.
It's time to get back to the stateside, but we probably need to do it on the run.
Yeah, we're getting kicked out of Italy.
Yeah, we are. I accidentally shit my pants in that Italian Olive Garden.
Yep.
And they were like, "Get out of here! It's me, Luigi." And so I was like, "Sorry, sir." And I probably even I don't know. I probably
You asked him to box up your meal and you were like, I'll take it on the run, baby.
Can I have some extra breadsticks?
and then they were like, "We don't have any breadsticks here." And I was like, "Uh-oh. Well, I'm sorry, Mario."
go.
And it's like, "My name's Luigi." And I'm like, "Oh, we got to go, guys." I've now started calling them names.
So now we are what?
Well, we got now
What
we
are
got
we?
we got to deal with some heat from the U.S. Marshals.
Someone's in pursuit.
We're on the run. What are we?
We're fugitives.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're gonna go back stateside and we're gonna watch The Fugitive next week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think up of a chocolate donut with those sprinkles.
A chocolate donut.
A chocolate donut. A chuckle donut. So anyway, I'm gonna go check out that, and these guys are gonna do that as well. That's next Wednesday. Filmseizure.com. Find us at your favorite, website. If you like ESPN, we're probably on there. someplace.
Probably. Yeah, we can find us on
ESPN Plus, actually, you're going to have to pay the subscription fee to find us.
Yeah.
We get a cut of that, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I haven't seen my cut yet, but anyway. So we're doing that next week. Also on Monday, I am wrapping up the Godzilla Millennium era with Godzilla Final Wars. That is incredibly fun. Got all the monsters in there. Just all of them. Well, a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Even brought back fucking Ebra, the fucking giant lobster guy.
How could they?
Well, they did, and then they fuck him up pretty good. So anyway, that's Monday also at filmseizure.com or your favorite podcast providers. You can follow us on the Facebooks and the Twitters and the Instagrams. Just search for us at Film Seizure. This Friday at my website, bmovieanima.com, is the final chapter of Andy Sedaris month. And it is Do or Die. It's a little bit of a Most Dangerous Game.
Oh yeah. I got this movie downloaded. I'm excited. Yeah.
Did you break? Oh my God. That's why Tommy Lee Jones is after us.
Yeah. We pirated some films.
I didn't pirate it. It's a legit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's a legit.
It's a legit.
Anyway, so we're going to go catch a plane under assumed identities and fugit our way back home. Is that right?
To the Fugit sound.
To the Fugit sound. Right. Anyway.
the Patrick Fugit sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So be
We're
sure.
almost famous guy.
What are our fugitive names as we leave town, Jeff? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.
What is your name?
My name is Jeff Arbuckle.
I'm Chuck Asparagus.
I'm Jason Spaghetti, and you've been listening to Film Seizure.
I thought you were going to be Oliver Onions.
Oh, I should have been Jason Oliver. Fuck.